Obviously, Glasgow City up this weekend. You've mentioned before that you like testing yourself in the team against top opposition. So, firstly, how much are you looking forward to the tie at the weekend?
Yeah, we can wait, especially this one because we've been one week without game because of international break. So yeah, it's been long wait. We wanted to play the day after we played the last time. We really wanted to test ourselves, correct what we thought we could have done better. And now we are going to have the chance on Sunday. So yeah, we really look forward, and I can see the players very very hungry, and that's they are training very well. They are training 120%, which is what we need to try to get the 3 points against a team that hasn't lost this season. So yeah, we are all really looking forward to it, and can't wait for Sunday.
You mentioned there that it has been, 13 days it'll be between the two games. And amongst that, we've had a lot of players on international duty. How has that impacted the training schedule this week?
So it got the positives and the negatives. The positive is you got more time to work in things that you normally cannot work on because of obviously you only got a week to prepare a game. So you have to prioritize what you need to work on. But because we have 2 weeks, we could put emphasis in other things like kickoffs, so things that you normally cannot work. So that being positive, it's also been positive that we were able to push some of our academy players up. So we managed to see the future Celtic players, and obviously for them it's important as well to start to get used to the tempo of first team environment. The negative side is obviously some of our international players are not there, so it's not a lot of tactical work specific for the game that we can do because some of these players will be in the starting 11. So it got the positives and the negatives, but it's the same for every team. So those weeks we try to get the best from them, and I think it's been very positive for us.
You are, of course, still competing in 2 competitions, and will play Glasgow City again in the Scottish Cup semi-final in 10 days' time. Will this league tie help prepare for that semi-final, or is it a case of both teams finding out a little more about each other?
If I are totally honest, I don't care about the semi-final right now. I don't care about Hearts midweek. I don't care. I only care about this game. It's so important. We really won the 3 points. We are gonna fight as much as we can to try to get the 3 points. We fell last time. We weren't great, but we were very unlucky. With 0-0, obviously a clear penalty, and then we have opportunity with 1-1 to score. And then obviously they are clever. They're a clever team. They're a very experienced team. And then in the last minute of the game, they managed to get the winner. So we felt we were so close. And the last game, pretty much the same. Another penalty we thought we should have on just in the first half with 0-0. We didn't, and then one great action they did, and fine margins. And this time we think we are going to control these margins, and hopefully we can beat them for first time, because nobody has done that. But it happened this year with Rangers a few months ago, and we were the first team that beat them. So we are hoping that we are the same, but it's going to be very tough. We have to be at our very, very best because they are a very, very good team that compete very well.
You spoke again after the Partick Thistle game about the need to be more clinical up front. Obviously left it late against Rangers to get that goal. There are going to be less chances against Glasgow City. How important is it that the players take those?
Yeah, I mean, when we watched the game back, we actually got the ball against Partick Thistle. We got the ball in the back of the net 3 more times, and 2 of them we still don't know why the goal were disallowed. So we should be more clinical, but actually we could have we did have a bigger score than just obviously the goal for some didn't count. But it's true that probably we are getting punished in terms of chances created. We are getting many more chances that we create in previous seasons. We are conceding less chances and we are conceding less goals. But yeah, we are missing too many chances. So that's something that we are really focusing on the last weeks. And as you say, we are not going to have many chances against Glasgow City. They are very solid defensively. Their fullbacks don't engage a lot in attack. It's pretty much a back four for the whole game. So they don't allow a lot of space to exploit, which is something that we are quite good at exploiting. So we know we are not going to have many. So when we have them, we need to make sure we put them in the back of the net. So yeah, that we will see if in the day we are good at this. I'm hoping we are, and in training we are, but let's see on the day.
Previously, Fran, you have bemoaned the quality and the size of the pitch at Petershill. What are you going to do on Saturday that's different that might take them by surprise?
Well, we are gonna
Sunday.
try to do different. We are gonna try to win, which is something that we haven't done the last time we played them. But it's true. It's true that we prefer maybe a better surface where it's easier to play with the football on the ground. We prefer bigger dimensions, but it doesn't matter what we prefer. This is the pitch, and if we want to achieve our goals, we have to win there. And this is what we are gonna try. So there is no excuses about the dimension of the pitch. It's the same pitch for both teams. So we have to try to take the chances, because in the last game, watching it back this week, we watch it together, and it's been we control long spells of the game. We have very good chances. They also have. We have very good chances. We have, as I say, we have a penalty that should have been given. So we weren't far at all in that pitch. We weren't far at all of winning the game. And then we got punished in the last minute of the game. So very, very fine margins. And that's what we need to. We need to forget about the pitch. We need to forget about the dimensions. We have to focus on be at our very best. Every single individual player give their very best, 100% concentration. And I think we will be fine, because we are a very good football team. So whatever happened in the past is the past. What we can control is what happened this Sunday. And I really like what I'm seeing in training. And I think the girls are up for it. And hopefully like happened against Rangers, we can beat them for first time this season.
Any injury concerns for the weekend?
Yes, so Olivia Chance won't be in the squad. Today she got a meeting, so we will know a little bit more in the next couple of days. And then obviously the injuries that everyone know about. Claire O'Riordan hasn't come back yet from USA, but she will train tomorrow. Obviously she will have maybe a little bit of jet lag, so we will see how much she can do. But she's fully fit, so she will definitely be in the squad. If she starts or no, that we will have to assess that.
How's Kit Levesque looking, the new signing?
It's good. It's adjusting. Obviously, it's a last-minute signing. She's got some attributes that we feel we need. She's extremely fast. She's very, very good in 1v1s. She's an aggressive player. Despite her size, she's very good in the air. And I think she will contribute from here till the end of the season with goals and assists and some good actions. So yeah, it's looking very good. It's knowing the tactics more and more, because obviously we have many concepts that is very difficult to learn in a couple of weeks. So she's slowly getting better at it, and yeah, I think she's growing, which is the most important thing. She's growing week by week, and now we are coming into the most important part of the season, and she's just strengthening our team. So very happy with her and very happy with the team.
A win on Sunday, Fran, gives us a real chance and real momentum, especially going into the Scottish Cup semi-final against Glasgow City as well. Yeah,
as I say, David, that's the only game that matters to me. I think anything but the win is a very bad result for us. So we have to try to win. We have to try to do something that nobody has done yet. But we have to be the first if we want to fancy our chances coming the end of the season. So it's very, very important that we focus only on that game. And after that, it's no momentum, because it's one win. So we need to go into the Hearts game and do exactly the same. But yeah, it's a totally different game, in a totally different surface, in a totally different competition. So the games will have nothing to do. But at the moment, it's only one game that matters and one game that takes our focus, and it's on Sunday. And I hope we can give our fans something to celebrate, because they really deserve it after the support we are having this season, which is incredible.
Yeah, the club have launched a 4-match package for the 4 home games. How good for the players and for yourself would it be if that was a great uptake in that, and we got a really big crowd in to support the team maybe on to win the league?
Yeah, as I say, everything comes from Sunday. We need to make sure we win Sunday. Everything to play for. Obviously, the following Wednesday there is, the Rangers will play Glasgow City, so obviously both cannot win. So I know everyone is going to drop points, so most of the teams are going to drop points, and I think this extra plus that the fans give us, it could be key. So definitely, it's been great this season. So I have zero complaints. I'm so proud of the fans. I would like to see more of them, but I think that also comes from the team. If we go into the last games with real chances of winning the league, I have no doubts the support will be there, and in numbers, I have no doubts. It happened last year in the Scottish Cup final. They will never let us down. But it comes also from the team. We need to start from winning on Sunday. So that's what we will try our very best.
Just wanted to ask, we saw some squad rotation last week against Partick Thistle, and after the game you talked about, how well players were performing in training and that competitiveness that you engender. Obviously, everyone will be very, very keen to have some involvement in the game this weekend. How do you balance that performance and training with the experience that you might need going into a game like the one on Sunday? And also, how does that have a bearing on, you talked about, them having a very solid back four and having a strong defence, so we need to tactically think about that. How do all those elements play into how you pick the squad for Sunday?
Yeah, so obviously we got a very clear game plan that it was transmitted to players via so in training leading to yesterday and today's session, which has been the most important. So we did sessions preparing the players for the game plan. Today we did, 3 different sets of 11v11 with 3 different teams with different options that we are considering. And experience is important, but it's not as important as how well can you execute the game plan and your role within the team. That's what matters to us. So that's why, sometimes, if you remember the first league game against Hibs, a player that I would never think, like Tyree Barchill, that would start in the first league game, she did, because the game plan for that game, she was outstanding. And we trust her despite her age. So that's what we do every week. And the players know, crystal clear. They know they get feedback. Well, the 11v11, you are not doing this, or you are doing this, or do more this. So they get live feedback while we are training. And whoever execute better the game plan, that will play, regardless of experience, regardless of age, regardless of, obviously, if a player is in great form, it's difficult to take her out for the team because, she can give you assists, she can give you goals. But yeah, normally is whoever train harder and whoever train better within the game plan. But it's a very hard job because you always leave on the bench players that deserve to play and that you want to play, but not all can play. But also players coming from the bench, as you saw in some games in the past, they make a massive difference. And this is also important to have a plan B. So yeah, not easy our job in terms of picking the team, especially when the squad is as good as the one we have. But we definitely don't consider age, experience, and anything else apart from quality and work rate of executing our game plan.
Everyone's obviously looking at that points gap between Glasgow City and then us in second and Rangers just behind. The games have been fairly even when we've looked back at, statistically, and you said you've watched the games back this week and it's been about kind of who's taken their chances when. So with that points gap, how much do you think that reflects accurately the gap in quality between those top 3 teams and, going forward, how that might play out?
Yeah, I mean, everyone can. In my opinion, Glasgow City is a very good team. They are great competitors. In my opinion, the favourites are Rangers. I say before we play them, there is possible that, Glasgow City finish third this season. There is possible because there is so many games between ourselves. Maybe unlikely because of the difference, but it is possible. So, the gap now for me is important, obviously, in terms of let's see what happens. But, if we do our business, if we look after every 3 points, I think we are going to be up there. And I think Rangers will be thinking the same. And Rangers have to play them as well twice. So it's, as you say, fine margins. And the only thing we need to focus is in every single training session, every single day, every single action, every single drill that prepare us to be better on the day. Because even with 63% possession that we have in the last game, first half we felt, the players and myself at halftime, totally in control. Even with that, we failed to beat them. Of course, watching it back, there is a clear penalty on Jacinta that we didn't get, etc., etc. But this is circumstances that we cannot control. But we control the game, and still not good enough because they were great in one action and won the game. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen. We control these little details, and then I'm sure at the end of the league we are going to be up there. But everything comes from getting the 3 points, and for that we have to be our very best. 90% is not good enough.
Hi Fran, I hope you're doing well. Glasgow City are the only side who have beaten you in the league this season, as much as the talk of they are unbeaten themselves. How good then is this an opportunity for you to right only of the few wrongs you've had this season?
Yeah, so obviously, the most important thing is, as I say, are the 3 points, because that gives us a great chance to achieve our dreams, our goals, which are pretty much alive. Last year at this stage, we were out of the league. This year, we still fancy our chances. But then on top of that, obviously, it gives us pride. We have been the only team that has beaten Rangers. Last year, we were the only team that beat Rangers all season. And this year, we could be the first team that beat City. So that's extra motivation, but the main motivation are the 3 points and what that means for us in terms of the next games. So yeah, it's another challenge. We love challenge. That means obviously that they have done their job very well, that they've been fantastic this season, clinical, effective, and we need to be at our best, as I say. But I really, really believe if we are at our best, I think we are going to win the game. But we have to control what we can control. So let's see. So far in training, I'm happy what I'm seeing.
You spoke about those fine margins earlier between you and Glasgow City when you've played in the past. Does that give you confidence going into this game that you can go there and get those 3 points and win the match?
Yeah, of course. Obviously the 2 games that we played, then it's been, both games we could have won. Both games we have more of the ball, but that doesn't mean that you create more chances. In terms of chances, it's been very, very even in both games. They just been more clinical. And then, obviously, that's something I control. They'll be luckier with some key decisions, but they've been more clinical. So we need to make... But if you see the 2 cup finals, we were not only more clinical, but we were very dominant. We controlled both games very well. Obviously, it was last season, but this also against the same opponent, and many of the players are the same. So yeah, we know we can do it, but we know we have to be at our best because it's a team that punishes you. 2 sloppy passes and they just have a score against you. They are so good at counter-attacking. So we need to be almost perfect. And it's very difficult to be almost perfect, but this is what we are trying to achieve. Huge motivation, and I really believe that we are good enough to do it, and hopefully we do it. But if we don't, at least I want to finish the game and say we have done our best. The best team won, we have done our best. But hopefully the best would be us and we will win the game.
Obviously, a lot of people have been speaking about the points gap between ourselves, Glasgow City and Rangers, and might need to look at other results in terms of the overall league position at the end. But how important is it to focus on Celtic and what we are doing going into these final games?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, before the last game, before the draw, the last game against Rangers, before the draw, we depend on ourselves, winning every single game. Then we could be champions just on goal difference. Right now, we depend on another result, which could be a draw, as long as we win every game. So we don't go. It's 12 points between top 3, between themselves, 12 points, and there is 8 points gap to us, 9 points gap to Rangers. Anything can happen. Really, anything can happen because of how many times we play each other. And it's a split. So the games we don't play each other is against Partick Thistle, Hibs, or Hearts. 3 good teams that can take points from anyone. So yeah, the gap obviously give advantage obviously to Glasgow City, which is the one that go, but doesn't mean anything. If we win Sunday, then we go for the next one, and at the end of the season, I'm sure we will be up there.